guys, so today we are ranking Studio Ghibli movies. My cousin is here, Kelly. She has watched more Ghibli movies than I have, and she's like pretty obsessed as well. Felt like she'd be like a perfect person to come in and talk, so I didn't have to just talk to the camera without anybody else here. Starting off with our number one Studio Ghibli movie, and I feel like our lists are pretty different, so you're gonna get a variety of opinions here.
Yes.
The Studio Ghibli movie that I like the best is Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay.
That's my girl. Wow, Sophie, your hair looks just like starlight. It's beautiful.
You think so? So do I!
Howl is very dreamy. He's a cool dude. I think all the characters are really interesting, and I also really like the whole magical aspect of it. A lot of people say that the plot is like complicated and they can't understand it, but I feel like you're just lame if that's you. Or there is time traveling in it when she goes to his past, which can be a little confusing, but if you rewatch it or like you just look it up, it'll make sense. So that is not a valid complaint anymore. I think it's just so pretty too, like the landscapes.
My topic was Whisper of the Heart.
あなたはさっきの猫くん？あいつは自分の才能を確かめに行くの。だったら私も試してみる。試すって何よ？
Because the characters, the two main characters, Seiji and Shizuku, I love their relationship. It's very cute, and I feel like I relate to Shizuku a lot in that she kind of puts off her studies and stuff that should be important for stuff that's not really important, like for her is writing.
Yeah.
And I think Seiji's also really cool because he plays the violin and he looks really good while he does that.
Okay, number two. For me, it's Kiki's delivery service. That was my favorite as a kid, so I can't really knock it down like any farther. Kiki has to go through a really big transformation in her coming of age story because she starts off an independent person, she already has goals, and then when she dips down, that I find is like very like relatable to me, where the character's already at a good place and they have to kind of like reclaim that for themselves. She's living in like a bakery by the sea and she's a witch with magical powers. Like that's like dream insert right there. Gigi is great sidekick, probably one of my favorite sidekicks. Do you think that she can talk to Gigi at the end or no?
Yeah, I think she can.
Because I remember she couldn't speak to him, and at the end he doesn't say anything.
But I think she lost her ability to speak to him when she lost her ability to fly. And I think when that came back, she got her like witchy powers back and Gigi came back. My second is Nausicaa. Nausicaa is one of the best characters of any Ghibli movie in my opinion. She's a little all over the place with her emotions. When I was a kid, she had the bravery, the kindness that I always wanted to have. Everyone likes her because she's like such a selfless person. I really like the toxic jungle plot. I think that's really, really cool.
I get what you're saying, like she's everything that you should be looking up to like as a role model, but I feel like she's a little too perfect.
Nausicaa just kind of does the right thing all the time.
Yeah, which I guess in that kind of world you need, since everyone else seems to be doing the wrong thing. I feel like my list is very basic compared to Kelly's. My third is Spirited Away. Woo! it all just flows together super well, and the animation and all the colors in that work together really well, and also Lin's in it, my love. And there's so many different scenes in that I would never even think of. As a director, Miyazaki does such a good job of including scenes out of the box, little details that you wouldn't normally include. The fact that this is hand drawn and that they thought of this and it wasn't just like an actor doing it is really special.
But he said for some reason he had no home to return to. Once Yubaba got control over him, his face turned pale and his eyes turned steely. He's never been the same.
Evil, be gone.
Be gone. Spirited Away is like, what, Oscar nominated, right?
Yeah. Wait, it won, I think.
Okay, yeah,
it
has an Oscar.
Yeah.
My third is Poppy Hill.
In some places, you can tell what time of year it is by which flowers are in bloom. In Yokohama, it's which boats you see passing through the harbor. We have a great view of the boats from my house on Poppy Hill.
I hope you find someone. Then maybe you won't need to raise those flags anymore.
Hang on!
Everyone says it's really boring, and they're not wrong. It's kind of got a weird plot. Shin thinks they're like siblings, and it's like such a big thing, and it's like takes up like 5-10 minutes of the movie. And
It's such a big thing. It's 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be like the big thing, but it's not. It doesn't feel big. Umi doesn't really do anything wrong like Nausicaa, and that's why I like the movie so much as a kid. Really peaceful, and Umi's a really cool person.
Did you think that they were actually siblings when you watched that?
Yeah, because they really push that with the Shun and his dad. Her dad, his voice is just like Shun's. It's like the scratchy, like Anton Yelkin.
When I watched it, I actually thought they were siblings too, and I was really curious what the ending was going to be.
Food is so cool, like when they fry the mackerel.
Yeah, it looks really yummy.
I will never forget that.
You'll never forget that scene.
I probably would hate that food, but it looks really good.
And, you know, Shun's a good male romantic interest.
That's why everyone has a crush on him.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know if anyone else thinks this, but I feel like a lot of the male protagonists are like very similar. Shun, Patsu, and Asbel. And it reminded me of this one thing that Miyazaki said where he likes to think of his characters as actors like replaying like different roles. My number 4 is My Neighbor Totoro.
Totoro?
As a kid, when I watched that scene, and I was like, I would give anything to eat that bento box. I would give anything. And then someone recreated it and like posted online, like recreating like Ghibli foods, and I saw it, and I don't know what I thought like the little like pink stuff was.
Yeah.
The whole thing to me looked like rice and like not candy, but like mythical kind of foods, which doesn't make sense. It was mostly vegetables, which is realistic, but I was like, oh, vegetables?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Ultimate calming comfort movie. There's no bad guy in this movie. May gets lost, but once you've watched it the first time, you know she gets found. It's not really stressful anymore. You get that like really pretty countryside landscapes, having like a little sister, like Satsuki. Is that it? Satsuki and May?
Satsuki.
Satsuki. I was able to relate to them a lot. You know that scene where they're at the bus station waiting for their dad? That scene used to scare me so much as a kid.
Really?
Because I was like, what if he never comes back?
Really?
Like that was like a big fear. Yeah.
Aww.
That like really stressed me out when I watched it when I was younger.
So sad. My 4th is Castle in the Sky.
It looks like a body. Well, the way you fell from the sky, I thought that maybe you were an angel or something.
What?
Yeah, I had to catch you. It's Laputa, a floating island.
An island that floats in the sky?
Yep. Most people think it's just a legend, but my dad actually saw it. Nobody believed him. I am going to prove that my dad was no liar.
Look, my stone's glowing. It's been in my family as long as I can remember.
That crystal is extremely powerful.
Huh?
Lady, come back here!
There are pirates chasing us, and the army's right behind them.
I want that pistol! Somebody's got to protect your friend. It's my fault getting you mixed up in all of this.
Are you kidding? This is the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me.
Such a good plot. And
Yeah.
I think we discussed this a while ago that Muska is like the scariest villain in any Ghibli movie. There's not a whole lot of quiet moments, no like lulls. Everything is important and everything has like meaning, and there's no time wasted in the movie.
Probably one of my favorite couples out of the Ghibli movies. They're so dedicated to each other.
They would do anything for each other.
Okay, my 5 is Castle in the Sky. Kelly just talked about it. I wrote something and I can't even read what I wrote. Oh, one thing that I really like about this movie, found family with the pirates. I really like how they all came together, like joined forces. My favorite scene is when she makes soup, and her pirate outfit is very, very good.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It might sound bad, but I feel like it would help the plot if they actually did die. If they died, I would be sad, but I wouldn't be mad about it.
I think it would be much less popular with the kids.
Yeah, shoot, that's true.
They'd just be like, what, why, you know?
Yeah,
they wouldn't see the point in it.
Yeah.
It makes it more tragic because I don't.
Yeah, tragic.
Because it's like a kids movie, so the kids aren't gonna appreciate like good tragedy.
Yeah.
So I think that was best for like the genre, but I think it could have made the movie take a way different like feeling.
Also, the scene where he's catching her, like as she's floating down, one of the most iconic Ghibli scenes.
My 5th is Spirited Away. It's like the best movies, like the top 7, and I organize it top 7, bottom 7, and it's like in the lower half just because it's like doesn't hold as much like nostalgia and meaning, but it's still a really good movie. I watched it later on. It was actually one of the last Ghibli movies I saw.
Okay, what are we on, 6 now?
Yeah.
So my 6 is Ponyo.
Ponyo, 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 fishy in the sea. Tiny little fishy, who could you really be? Ponyo, 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 magic sets you free. Oh, she's a little girl with a round tummy. Tip, tippy toe, jump, jump and hop. Now that I've got my legs, I cannot stop. Pat, patty, pat, waving hello. Come and hold hands with me, dancing we go. My feet are skipping, my heart too. Happy, happy are we all. Maybe I might love you.
I first watched this movie. I watched it when it first came out. For some reason, they were having a showing at our library back in Chattanooga, and I went to go see it with my mom and my sister, and I hated it because I hated Ponyo. I hated Ponyo so much. I thought she was really whiny. I just wanted like, now like I'm older and like I rewatch it, I still don't love Ponyo, but like I understand her more, and I think it's like a cute kids movie.
I wouldn't say Ponyo's whiny. I would just say she's loud.
The part of her transformation that confused me was she goes from a fish to like a chicken,
yeah,
and then to a human. I remember when I first watched her transformation and I was like, oh, she's so ugly.
She is ugly in her transformation. My 6th was Howl's Moving Castle. I love Sophie. She could probably do better, but
she could do better.
I like Howl. I don't love Howl, but I like him a lot.
Some tension.
Favorite part of that movie is the castle, the moving castle. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like I always wanted to live in that, even though it like could collapse at any moment.
And it was very dirty in the beginning.
Yeah, but like after Sophie is there for a little while, you know, cleans it up, has food cooking, you know, I would definitely want to live there. It's so cool.
I think Sophie actually has like a superpower of cleaning things.
Yeah.
I think she cleaned that place in like a day.
She cleaned that bathroom too. Howl's bathroom.
Are we on 7 now? My 7 was The Tale of Princess Kaguya? Kaguya?
She grows fast, like bamboo.
Have you gotten bigger again?
Yeah? You think so?
You mustn't blame yourself. Do you really want to hurt your father like this?
Please don't take me away. Only now do I finally remember why I came here.
The animation in that is like really cool. I think of it as like paint brush strokes because not everything is there. There's a lot of white space and there are just some scenes that are like gorgeous to watch. I feel like I kind of related to her character too because she has to like grow up really fast.
Kiki's Delivery Service. Again, this is still the positive side of the list.
Okay.
I still adore this movie. One of the ones that I watched when I was like a little kid. It was my favorite one because I wanted
Me too.
I wanted to be Kiki.
Me
I
too.
wanted to be that
Me
witch
too.
with that cat, you know?
Me too.
I wanted her life. It was amazing.
I still want her life.
It's like I will body snatch you. The only thing I don't like about it,
I already know Tombo.
Yeah, Tombo. He's weird. I don't like him and his striped shirt and his weird glasses.
Wow, this is like nerd hate right now.
Nerd hate? It's not nerd hate. The majority of my shirts are striped. I wear glasses.
Is this like self-hate? Do you see yourself as Tombo when you want to be Kiki?
I don't. No. I wouldn't chase after someone when they're telling me, you know, buzz off.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like,
he's very persistent.
Exactly. And that's like seen as like, oh yeah, you gotta put in effort if you want the girl. But it's like, if the girl doesn't want you, leave her alone. He was just like trying to reach out to her and be friends with like a new kid in town. So that was nice. You know, it didn't reach the creepy level yet.
My 8 was From Up on Poppy Hill. Very calming. I really love the schoolhouse building that they're trying to save. I think they did a really great job of making it like very charming and like all these like nooks and crannies filled with like excitement. What really threw me off this movie was the whole "are we siblings?" because I feel like that is the weirdest plot point for romance, but it's strangely used more frequently than one would think.
My 8th is Totoro. It's a really cute movie, but I'm not ever invested in the plot. Not the first time I watched it, not the last time I watched it.
Oh wow, we're making digs on Totoro right now.
My family.
What would your mom think? What would your mom think if she heard you say this?
My mom would probably cry. She loves that movie. She has a shrine. We get her a Totoro
shrine?
present every like holiday.
Oh, that's cute.
And Ryan just got a Totoro tattoo.
Yeah, Ryan,
And
our
my
cousin.
brother.
Yeah, or
My
our
brother.
cousin.
Our cousin. My brother.
My cousin. Wait, should we show them? It's probably something that I would get too. I wouldn't get it on my arm in the same spot, but like it's cute and it has color, and I really like color tattoos. Number 9 for me is Princess Mononoke.
我が一族の血もまた衰えてこの時に一族の長となるべき若者が西へ旅立つのは定めかもしれぬ。
東の果てよりこの地へ来た。そなたたちは獅子神の森に住むと聞く古い神か。
森に光が入り、山犬どもが静まればここは豊かな国になる。もののけ姫も人間に戻ろう。
もののけ姫。
山犬に心を奪われた哀れな娘。
動くな！あなたは山の神の森を奪いたたり神にしても飽き足らず、その石火矢でさらに新たな恨みと呪いを生み出そうというのか。そなたの中には夜叉が、この娘の中には。
I actually have mixed feelings about this movie. I think it's really pretty and I think the character design looks really cool. I just can't connect to really any of the characters. Ashitaka, he's like too good. The bad lady, she's so cool. I really liked her and I thought like what she did for the women and the lepers. I thought that was like really cool of her. Morally gray character. Always love characters like that.
My 9th is Ponyo. When I was a kid, I appreciated it because Ponyo was like so funny and her mom was cool and I loved her and Sosuke's relationship. A really cute movie. It's just
sometimes you outgrow things.
Exactly.
So. Number 10 for me is Whisper of the Heart.
My heart. My heart.
Your heart.
My heart.
Okay, I like the main girl, Shizuku. Tsukishima. I like that she likes to read because I related to that. The plot wasn't the most compelling, and also I feel like I didn't connect to the scenery of this one as much, probably because it wasn't as magical or like nature area. It was more city. This entire movie was pretty much just like okay, like that's how I felt about it.
Yeah, my 10th is Mononoke. Too weird and too like hard to relate to any of the characters really, and the ones that you do relate to are the bad guys. Could be really interesting, but for some reason that didn't work out for this movie.
That's true. Like being able to relate to the bad guys is definitely a more interesting take. I don't think that's ever what they intended.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
As you're older, like that's just maybe who you like can relate to more. They made the good guys too one-dimensional. They didn't have like any further depth besides what they were fighting for.
I also didn't like Mononoke. Like,
Me
the movie's
either.
named after her.
You know, she's like kind of like a badass and stuff.
She's just so angry.
And also, I feel like she's mildly incompetent. If she could fight better, I might like her more.
What's cool about Ashitaka is his arrows. That's like my favorite part of him, his like fighting. And he's like against fighting.
He's like, don't fight, like there must be peace, and he's like shooting people's heads off.
Yeah, and it's like he could be so cool if he was just like, I accept my fate as like this badass.
He would be a cool bad guy. If they were the bad guys and the other people were the good guys, that would be so much more interesting.
That would.
Number 11, Arrietty.
Mine too.
Oh, twinning.
I'm 14 years old, I am pretty 元気な小さいレディ床下にずっと暮らしてたの時にはハッピー時にはブルー誰かに会いたい風髪に感じて空を眺めたいあなたに花届けたい向こうは別の世界ほら蝶々が待ってる私を待っているそう変わることのない
But there were just too many characters that I didn't like. The parents, I did not care about them. The boy, Sean, I hated the English name. Sean and Aunt Jessica, did not like that. I mean, Arrietty was cool, and I love her room and how she, like, all the little things. I love seeing how they use the little objects that they borrow, and it's cute that they call human beings beans. Like, stuff like that is cute, but I just didn't really feel compelled by any of them, and I felt like it was kind of unsatisfying. The ending was unsatisfying to me because they just left.
In this one, he like walks around. I was saying this yesterday. He like walks around the house a little bit, moves a tiny kitchen around, and he saves their lives. Yay!
Yeah.
And then he just like walks down the road and says goodbye.
It's really as
like
if they were like bugs, and it's like, oh, I'm saving this bug. Now I'm letting this bug go free.
Yeah.
Like
it's like that's not a movie.
I'm fine with calm movies like Totoro and Up on Poppy Hill, but this one I felt like just lacked substance in their characters and also like the plot. I wanted to see them live in harmony with the humans.
Yeah, I really wanted to see if they would like do anything with the dollhouse, but all they did was like move the kitchen back and forth.
I wanted to see something.
I was like, it would be so cool if they lived in the dollhouse, or if he like secretly like gave the dollhouse to them, or like to the neighbors.
They live in that.
It was made for them, you know. It was why Hara's dad was like ridiculed, and the house is the whole reason why they were chased out. In the end, like because Hara was upset that her dad was always ridiculed, so she wanted to prove that the tiny people existed.
See, that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't really care about the house as much if it was just some random house that they got, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's kind of insulting that like you'd have to use like a kiddie dollhouse, I guess, to live in. But the fact that the dad like handcrafted it just for them, I was like, and that it was just like never really used at all,
except for the kitchen.
Except for the kitchen where he rips up their house and puts in the new kitchen,
and then the kitchen goes back to where it came from.
That was kind of like pointless to me. So also Hara, I hated her.
Hara sucked.
My 12 is Grave of the Fireflies. It's actually a good movie. It's just the entire time is just sad, and it doesn't get any happier from that. And I think it's important to show that time period and what like kids during that time period had to go through. But it's just something I don't want to watch again. And that's kind of how I ranked my list on like what I like to watch the most.
My 12th is The Cat Returns.
忘れないですぐそばに僕がいるいつの日も星空を眺めている一人きりの夜明けもたった一つの心を悲しみにくれないで君のため息なんて
I saw it once a while ago after watching Whisper of the Heart for the first time because I thought that like The Cat Returns was the story that she wrote, and I know some people do say that and some people say it's not connected, and I think at least it's connected through the Baron statue, but I feel like the plot shown in Whisper of the Heart is too different from the plot of The Cat Returns. Very underwhelmed by the climax.
For 13 for me was The Wind Rises.
Mine too.
We already talked about how much we dislike the main couple. Some people really like them. Okay, a lot of people really like them.
My other brother.
Yeah.
Not Ryan.
That's his favorite Miyazaki couple.
That's his favorite Miyazaki couple and movie.
They have zero chemistry.
They don't spend much time together. You know, it's kind of like he marries her because of sympathy and she marries him because she wants
gonna
to
die.
Like, yeah,
she wants to love someone.
Yeah, exactly. He's invested in her, and I love that he's willing to take that, you know, like sadness that he is completely aware of the second he learns that she's gonna die and the second he says he loves her and that he wants to marry her. I think that's really like cool of him. Cool of him.
That's really chill of you, bro.
Bro, you're so cool. Okay, incredible that he like
using those big adjectives. They didn't really get that much time together. Like, I get the whole fate thing because they were met on the train, they meet again at the resort, but it wasn't like the dedication that like Padru and Cheetah had for each other, or like the love that I felt like they had, even though like they weren't married or romantically involved. Like, I never really heard them have like a single conversation in The Wind Rises because it's basically just him walking around wanting to design planes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. And the transitions are weird. Like, all of a sudden they're in Germany, and then they're back from Germany, and then he's on a train, and then they're back from the train, and then he's dreaming, and the random Italian guy is there talking to him.
I forgot about
and then
that
it's
guy.
back again. The resort, yeah.
It's so pretty
when she's painting
like,
on the hill.
That's like definitely the best scene from that movie.
I had high expectations because the movie poster is like them kissing while she's painting up on the hill, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a great romantic movie, and it was not. So kind of let me down a little. For my 14, I Pomponko. Like, it's 14 makes it sound like it's really bad. I should probably have put it above The Wind Rises. I really like the message of, like, you know, helping the environment. It felt so long for something that could have been a short film. Ending was so unsatisfying. It was like building up and they're trying to save their homes, and like I get that's the point, is that like they don't have any power against the humans. I wouldn't watch it again just for how long and kind of tedious it could be at some parts. My list is done.
My 14th is When Marnie Was There, and I just want to say it's not a bad movie. It's a really creative plot.
Many friends growing up, so I learned to be okay with just me, just me, just me, just me, and I'll be fine on the outside. To eat in school by myself, and
The main character, Anna, is one of the best characters in a Ghibli movie because she is not a good person in the beginning. Why I just dislike this movie and never want to watch it again is because I thought she meets Marnie, Anna meets Marnie, and they hit it off, and they are so cute. They like go on a date on the water, and like Anna like gets jealous of her being with this boy. And, you know, exactly.
That's a little...
It like totally misleads you. Marnie's from the past and Anna's talking to her, so that's like sort of a letdown. You're like, oh, they might not ever be able to be happy together. No. Marnie is Anna's grandmother. But it's just the worst part of that movie is just that they're not a lesbian couple. That's Marnie.
Queer baiting.
This is definitely fruity.
And they were friends.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you guys are having joint weddings together. That's so cute.
Oh, you guys are roommates for your whole life.
Exactly. It's like that. It's like they're not her grandmother. How? Why?
That's another sibling. It's another
sibling thing. They're literally going dates together. Marnie like takes care of her. Like a wonderful friends to lovers thing, but it's a wonderful friends to grandmother, granddaughter.
Very emotional rant at the end there.
Sorry.
No, that was good. That's the end of our ranking Studio Ghibli movies. Since we were kids, like I remember watching these movies together. They definitely had like a big role in our childhood. Like they just have such like a special like timeless quality to them. Our rankings are very different, so you probably have very different opinions about both of them. But yeah, I hope you liked it.
See, I like need to like lean down so I fit in the frame more, but then I'm always leaning away from you, and that makes a weird like
a weird gap in between us.
Gap because I'm like,
oh shit.
I got my phone to look at my list.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, you have to memorize it.
It's open to Genshin right now.
Oh yeah,
No, it's not.
been playing a lot of Genshin recently. I recommend it. It's fun. It's a fun game, and it's free.
Your handwriting is so neat.
Really? All these movies have happy endings except Grave of the Fireflies. But
scene.
Oh.
I gathered that from you guys saying you never wanted to watch it again, and it was so sad.
Okay, this is Watakoi. Nothing to do with Ghibli. And there's a character that reminds me of Kelly. A side-by-side of her and Kelly.
I don't even know what the character looks like.
Do you see the resemblance? She's a gamer. They're all gamers. And
I'm a gamer.
Exactly.
Gamer.
Well, kind of.
I want
Genshin.
to be a gamer.
Genshin,
Minecraft, Fortnite.
Oh, here's what she wears.
We played so much Fortnite.
Her and her little love interest. They're like the third couple. Like this is the second couple, this is the first couple, and they're the third couple.
Is this supposed to be a fireplace? At one point?
Like, pretend this is your friend, and then just like talk to it.
Okay. Hi, friend. Alright, time's the term. My